The historic grounds of Canton Memorial Fieldhouse have called high school basketball in Canton home for 74 years. This weekend, it's home for the Shot Clock Shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Hi, everybody, and welcome inside the booth alongside former 6-year NBA veteran Brad Sellers. I'm Tyler Danberg. When you look at this matchup, New Lexington and Meadowbrook are conference opponents, and they're playing in a tournament. What are you looking forward to today in this matchup?
Well, I'm looking for a very spirited game here, Tyler. You got two opponents that know one another from being in the same conference, and besides that, it is the shot clock that is being inserted in this game here, which is historic in this state of Ohio, to be used here for these girls to be able to try to play at a faster pace.
The rules for this game, a 35-second shot clock, the first ever OHSAA sanctioned game with a shot clock. There are 27 states that have adopted it. Ohio's going to do it this weekend. Illinois has it adopted for 2026-27. And there's a lot of great basketball on this slate today. What did you notice about the shot clock's impact yesterday?
Well, yesterday, the teams really weren't impacted by the shot clock. The game has really picked up its pace over the last decade or so. And so these kids are playing at a higher pace, a higher speed, and the shot clock really did not come into effect at all yesterday except for a couple of occasions. I think the things that the kids are going to have to get used to is just seeing that clock at the top of the top of the backboard and trying to figure out, am I really moving at that pace? And once they do, it really becomes invisible to them.
Meadowbrook and New Lexington do battle to begin this. Brad will have the call for the first two games. Laurel and Highland, another key matchup. Highland, one of the better teams in Division 7.
There's no doubt about it. The Laurel and Highland matchup is going to be probably one of the better matchups for the day. These are two teams that historically in this state, when it comes to girls basketball, are really there. They put together good programs, and I know they're coached very well. And so I'm looking forward to the second matchup of the day being very spirited. Elyria,
the reigning SWC champions. And then the nightcap, Canton McKinley, game 1 of 2 for the boys team. They are the host site. We've got coverage coming up next, and it's going to be a good one between Meadowbrook and New Lexington. The Panthers are 4-5, 3-2 in the Muskingum Valley League, good for 5th in the small school division. Meadowbrook 2-5, 2-3 in the Muskingum Valley League. And Brad, you got a note as to this being a conference game.
Well, this is unique. The way this tournament was put together late in August of 2024, the coaches were approached about having the possibility of playing in this game. They had to adjust their schedule and move a conference game to this tournament this weekend, and allows us to see a conference foe play one another tonight.
Day 2 of 3, game 6 of 15. New Lexington and Meadowbrook doing battle for the first time this year. New Lexington has won all 9 matchups since Meadowbrook joined the Muskingum Valley League. Lakin Lasco and Caroline Dupler to tip, and away we go for the shot clock shootout.
You saw the two go after that loose ball. There's a little energy there.
A little stalemate.
A little energy to start the game.
Excitement. They're playing in a historic venue, 74-year-old Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Second time's the charm.
No doubt about it. If you love basketball in this state, you know exactly where we are, the Memorial Fieldhouse in Canton.
You walk around this concourse and you know that this place just exudes high school basketball in the state.
There's no doubt about it. If you want to play at a high level, you come to Canton and you're guaranteed to get a game.
Gracie Newland missed the 3 from the corner, and Meadowbrook slows it down. The Colts led by Tori Wolverton. New Lexington anchored by first-year head coach Bo Dupler. Here's a fast break for 2.
A little pressure, a little steal. You got Mackenzie McCoy with the left-hand finish at the hoop.
McCoy, 11 straight games with multiple steals. She's got one early and 2 quick points. Inside for Lakin Lasco. 3 on the way. Emma Webster can't connect.
First quarter. Here's the steal here, that leads to the layup for Mackenzie McCoy.
Early press from the Meadowbrook Colts. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Panthers break the press. Can't roll home for Chloe Dick, the Muskingum Valley League's leading scorer. And Caroline Dupler gets tied up underneath, and she's slow to get up.
You know, the first quarter usually is a time where both teams have a chance to really feel themselves out, even though you know this opponent. You're in a different venue, you're not at your home school playing a game, and so now you have to figure out how you're going to operate within this own new venue that you've never played in before.
This place can sometimes give you nerves if you're a player.
Oh, yeah, there's no question. Listen, it's a four-sided arena, 5,000 seats in here. Most players are not going to see a gym in high school, a 5,000-seat facility.
It's a good simulation. Ellie Cook is into the ball game for New Lexington. An offensive rebound, and Layla Baker retains possession. She's able to save it and bounce it off the Meadowbrook Colt.
11 seconds on the shot clock. It's the first time I think the shot clock's going to come into play in this game here. Just making sure the players are aware how much time is on the clock.
Chloe Dick's got 8. Out to Baker. She's got 5 on the timer. They have to get a shot off quickly. McCoy organizes the offense with 1 on the clock. Shot clock expired.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I was talking about, Tyler. You now have to be aware of time, place, and space here. You came out of that out-of-bounds situation, 11 seconds on the clock. Someone should have known that there were only 11 ticks on the clock. You probably were going to get only 2 passes before you had to look at the goal.
Now, you brought up a great point yesterday. You said that although these are the first games with a sanctioned shot clock, they've been doing that all their lives.
This game is played at a much faster pace than it was a decade ago. So I don't feel like the shot clock is even going to be a factor at 35 seconds. Most of the other 27 states in this country have already adopted it. And if you talk about Europe has already gone to a 24-second shot clock. So Ohio always needs to be at the forefront of basketball, and we're going to have to just adapt to this new situation.
Caroline Dupler re-enters the game. She's back up after taking a hard fall. And that foul was committed by Meadowbrook's Leslie Stevens. Fresh new set of 35 seconds. And the Panthers working it around the horn. Here's Dupler, the team's leading rebounder with 8.6 per contest. Draws another foul, this time a block. Lincoln Lasco.
New Lex is looking to be very deliberate, moving the ball around the horn, trying to get multiple touches from people before they look to attack the basket.
Panthers average 39.9 points per game, but McCoy couldn't hit the shot from the block.
Well-designed out-of-bounds play, just could not get the payoff.
Ball knocked away by McCoy. Webster retains it. Webster going to try another triple. And Stevens couldn't save it.
Well,
here's a look at Bo Dupler in his first year. And he has coached this core of 5 juniors on this team since elementary school, including his daughter Caroline.
Oh, that's beautiful. He's grown this group together.
And you can speak to experience from that at the high school level.
Listen, I've done my share, and I tell you what happens is you get a group of core kids that stay together and they grow together. And then it manifests itself at the high school level.
Layla Baker misconnects on the 3. New Lexington, there certainly is a lot to be said about that cohesion. 54-27 over the last 4 seasons. But Meadowbrook is on the board.
Lincoln Lasco catching it at the free throw line during the press breaker. And this time, instead of passing to the elbow, she looked to attack the basket herself. Played off well.
Lasco tied for 5th in the area in field goal percentage last year, according to the Zanesville Times Recorder. A 3 ball goes down for Chloe Dick. She's averaging 17 a game, Brad, and she's on the score sheet.
Listen, 17 a game, that means you're looking to be offensive-minded. And I tell you what, New Lexington is pressing the ball like nobody's business. 94 feet.
And here's a look at Tori Wolverton. She came in as an assistant on Ty Citrina's staff. On November 7th, Ty Citrina, a legend of the Meadowbrook community, passed away. Citrina in his second stint as head coach for New Lexington. He was 16 days away from continuing his head coaching career. He's a graduate of Meadowbrook in 1977. And Meadowbrook honoring his legacy throughout this season.
Well, it is obviously a very sad story, but I would just say the dedication of these kids to continue forward. And if you look even at the sideline behind the coach, they've got the coach's memory honored by draping his coaching gear over a seat of the normal where the head coach would be at.
And a bed of roses as well. Fantastic shot by our incredible crew. Both free throws good for Avery Kearns, and Meadowbrook is within one. And here comes the Colts with a press to combat New Lexington.
See, the pressure right there, turn tail on people. Meadowbrook comes out, and they go full court press on it. And New Lex doesn't respond well. You get the turnover on the sideline.
New Lex came in averaging over 16 turnovers per contest. Grace Keckley to inbound, gets it into Webster. Shadowed by Chloe Dick with the last bucket for New Lex.
Yeah, Caroline Duper on a back cut. And missed her on the cut. She could have had a layup.
They recalibrate. Colts have lost 9 straight to the Panthers. Looking to try and get their first win against New Lex since joining the MVL. Tenacious defense and an outlet feed. McCoy steamrolls to the cup, but she's denied by Webster.
You got to be impressed with the pressure by New Lexington. Listen, you got the ball young person dove on the floor for the ball, and you see here the hustle back from Meadowbrook to deny the layup.
How about that little breakout feed, too, to set it up? And then an inbound pass to McCoy, who finishes the job. Timeout, Meadowbrook. 3:16 to go in the first quarter, and Brad, New Lexington is off to a roaring start.
Well, New Lexington has come out with an aggressive mindset. You saw the out-of-bounds play right there with the back cut after a back screen. Here it is on the layup. They missed it the first time. This time they converted. So they're going to continue to do the things they do well, pressure and just be aggressive on the offensive end.
When you play fast and you play up-tempo offense, how important are inbound plays to get the offense set a bit?
Well, listen, when you're playing with tempo, getting the ball inbounds consistently, and not just getting it in, but getting it in a position where you can score is critical to your success. It does you no good to run a good play and get no payoff.
It certainly paid off there. Now Tori Wolverton calls out her offense. She played for Ty Citrina, a graduate of 2012, 8th in Meadowbrook history in steals. And Wolverton told the Daily Jeffersonian, although it's been my dream since I was a little girl, it's not the way I wanted to get the job. An offensive rebound for Lasco, and it's staying with the Colts in white.
You see New Lexington came out with a 1-3-1 press, half-court press. They continue to try to force turnovers here and make sure that Meadowbrook has trouble responding.
Maybe there's a little bit of familiarity playing in their advantage.
There's no doubt about it. When you know an opponent well, you can take certain liberties.
And another steal, and a foul on Webster. Good steal by Caroline Dupler, daughter of Bo Dupler, the head coach.
You see this pressure by Caroline Dupler here. And this is the second time that she's shot the gap here and got her hand on the basketball. But you can tell it's the coach's mentality. It's probably the same energy coming from her father during the game. She knows what to do.
Genetic tenacity. Caroline Dupler averaging 8.6 rebounds. Chloe Dick turns, fires, and can't connect. And a travel on the other end, self-inflicted wounds. Grace Keckley walks with the basketball.
Well, this is where the young kids have to settle down a bit. Again, like I told you, seeing that clock on top of the backboard, it's unfamiliar. You have to really zone that out. It becomes invisible to you at some point, and you just play.
Lob to Dick, fouled underneath. They're going to get Stevens, who just checked back in. It's her second.
Chloe Dick has found herself in the paint numerous occasions so far in this quarter and looking to just score down. and her teammates know to look for her.
The first team all Muskingum Valley League selection last year hits the first free throw. One of 3 sophomores to earn that honor. Underclassmen prevalent in that league.
Yeah, that means she was really getting it done.
Lexington 4-5, 3-2 in the MVL. Last lost on December 18th, a 35-28 defeat against Philo, where Dick had 15 points. Another steal. Gracie Newland gets hands in the passing lane. Down to Baker. And it spins out. Kearns couldn't save the loose ball. Back with the Panthers. And McCoy reorganizes. Dupler torpedoes to the 10 and got fouled. That is now 5 on Meadowbrook already.
Already in the penalty. But you see that New Lexington, they're not wasting time here, Tyler. You see right here, here's an aggressive drive to the basket by Dupler. She saw a seam and said, you know what? Enough passing here. I'm gonna go to the back. I'm gonna go to the basket with this.
She does it herself. Too strong though on the first free throw. New Lexington, Brad, has not played in 10 days.
That's tough. On any level, that's tough because the routine of just being out there competing against people that you don't know keeps it fresh.
They've shaken off that rush quickly, and it forced another turnover. Dick walks in for 2.
The pressure is relentless.
7 points for Chloe Dick, and it's 11-4 New Lexington with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You see Meadowbrook pushing the ball, and there's Chloe Dick getting a breakout here. And that's why they have her on the head of the press out front. Probably because of her ability to get steals, get out there, finish around the hoop.
Chloe Dick has accounted for a third of New Lexington's scoring in the last 9 games. She's got 7 of 11 here. You can tell she's seasoned out on the floor.
Oh, yeah. And you see that her teammates are looking for her at all times. But, again, when you're familiar with one another, you know who really knows how to get it done. And then everybody wants to be successful. It's a total team effort. The 1-3-1 trap that they're using in half court has been pretty effective against Meadowbrook because of the fact that they just keep turning up the pressure.
When you're Meadowbrook, team you see on your screen there, 2-5, 2-3 in conference play, how do you attack that press?
Well, first of all, you have to simmer down, right? Spread out, make New Lexington have to go from side to side. That means I'm turning the ball from side to side. I'm making you run from one side of the court, the other side of the court. And then when I get across half court, you have to attack the basket. You can't wait for New Lexington to come back and trap you. That's what they're looking for. And they settle back into the 1-3-1, half court. You're going to see them attack this ball as soon as it comes across the line.
It's the newly checked in
Here it comes.
Maribel
Here it
Thornberry
comes.
re-entering, and that press suffocating, forces jump ball. Possession stays with Meadowbrook.
And the one thing you cannot worry about them, they're going to come. You have to be able to scan like a quarterback, scan the field. Here's option 1, option 2, option 3. And you don't have all day to know who to go to. But they're going to sit there and they're going to wait till they come across half court. And as soon as they come across, they're going to come.
They get to the third level.
See?
And a foul.
That's how you do it.
Kearns drew it.
Quick passes, somebody cut into the basket, and you have to deliver the pass and hope that they can complete. And in this case, they were able to draw the foul.
You spoke it into existence. They did that there.
Well, yeah, listen, I've been trapped a number of times. And then what they really want is to see some fear. Somebody's nervous, so you got to relax. You don't have to cross the timeline. You got 10 seconds to get across the timeline.
Did you do a lot of the trapping?
No, I was the middle person here, and so I let the little guards do that.
You'll seal the deal.
Look, I'm not wasting all this energy.
A gather step for Dick, and she drops it in for 9 points.
And that's why she's on the head of the press. Waiting, wait. You see, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's it. Now you got to turn and go. Got to turn and go.
Webster, too strong.
Perfect attack, though. You had to turn and go because you size it up before you got the time, because she's not going to come across the half court and trap you. So look, scan the court, see who's open, and go to it.
Chloe Dick and her Panthers trying to make it at least an 11-0 run. Out front, here's Gracie Newland with under a minute to go. Panthers in their last game led 17-16 at the half. They're up 13-4 here.
Just moving the ball around the horn, going into Chloe Dick.
She goes left, goes to the glass, misses, plucked away by Dupler. And a kickball on New Lexington sends possession in Meadowbrook's direction with a 2-second separation between game clock and shot clock.
I'll tell you what, New Lexington attacks that basketball when it comes off the rim. Now they're extending the pressure a little bit because there's only 30 seconds left in the quarter.
They break that 1-3-1. Too strong on the pass from Maribel Thornberry, and it's going back to the Panthers.
Shoot. Maribel had probably a short shot off the window. Looked to be a little too unselfish.
Took over point guarding duties for a bit last year. Played JV for 2 years. Learning the system. 10 seconds left. Who do you think takes this final shot of the first quarter?
Well, if I had to think, Chloe Dick.
Instead, it's McCoy for the deuce.
Mackenzie McCoy was able to snake through the lane there and get her one off the window. 15-4 at the quarter.
An exclamation point in that first quarter for New Lexington, finishing on an 11-0 run. We go to the second quarter. Panthers 15, Colts 4 in a Muskingum Valley League battle on day 2 of the shot clock shootout. The High School Shot Clock Shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network is brought to you by True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean. Download the True Rewards app today and start saving. And by Spire Academy. Spire Academy is an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education boarding school. Visit spireacademy.com for more information. Alongside Brad Sellers, I'm Tyler Danberg. We're back with you for day 2 of the shot clock shootout. New Lexington leads Meadowbrook 15-4 heading into the second quarter, and Chloe Dick with a game-high 9 points. She goes back to work seeking that double-double and gets called for the travel as she burrowed in on Grace Cackley.
And they came out the timeout going straight to Chloe Dick on the baseline, trying to get her a bucket again.
Panthers have been ferocious on the defensive end, turning turnovers left and right. Dick got hands on it.
And that Mackenzie McCoy is the perfect person to sit in the hole waiting for that cross-court pass, because you'll see her break on this ball right here and try to get a steal.
McCoy's got 6 points on the offensive end, too. We've been talking a lot about Chloe Dick, but McCoy had the final bucket of the first quarter. Webster, a skip feed. Nice catch inside by Aubrey Norman. She re-corrals it, and Webster reorganizes. She wears the number 12, the Ty Sitchinen jersey, in honor of the late coach. They continue to honor his legacy. Webster misfires off the side glass, and an offensive rebound by Norman. Shot clock expires, and that's the first shot clock violation on Meadowbrook.
Yeah, you see here the pressure gets you disoriented a little bit because you don't get a chance to look back and say, okay, how much time do I have on the clock? You just have to know. There has to be an internal clock that you know that, okay, after a certain number of time, I got to look at the goal here.
Would you say simmering down is the biggest key here in the second quarter?
No question. Nerves come into play in a place like this. Nice
Dick
move.
Off the turn. 11 points for Chloe Dick.
You know what I like about her? She doesn't fool around down on the block. You give it to me, I'm going one way with it.
A lengthy 5'8" as well, and backcourt violation.
So Meadowbrook's going to have to assert themselves in the backcourt. You know, you just have to go at the people that are coming to attack you. Cannot run away from them, go side to side. You got to go right at them and try to split them to be able to find a person that you can get the ball to give them a chance to make an offensive play.
As a former forward and setter like yourself, what do you notice about her footwork?
Well, the thing about it is it's concise. Once you go to her on the post, no playing around. Maybe a dribble, but it's typically going up here. And she's settling in down there on the post, looking for somebody to drop her a pass.
13-0 run for the Panthers. Newland fakes on the three, and an errant feed out in front of Ellie Cook.
Newland tried to get just a little bit more down that lane, and sometimes that can cause a problem. In that case, a turnover happened.
Neither team has been able to collect a foul yet in this second frame. Webster from 18 feet.
That's the perfect way to break a press. Got down, got somebody a free shot, that's all you can ask.
Dick corrals it and drew contact on the low post.
Good catch by Chloe Dick and able to compose herself and draw the foul.
This is game 1 of 5 today. Game 6 of 15 overall in the shot clock shootout. Dick in the post bulldozes, got punched away. And he missed on the follow as well with Cook. Aubrey Norman with a contested 2 off the glass, and it's snatched back on the offensive end.
What I liked about Aubrey Norman there, you see her break the press and went down and looked to be assertive on the offensive end and shoot. That's where, although she missed, it was the right play.
Aubrey Norman comes from a long line. Family members in Meadowbrook basketball. Sister Kenley last year, and then mom Christy DeVore Norman. 2 of 5 Colts in program history to score 1,000 points. But they're too short on the 3 was Emma Hare. Tori Wolverton, another Meadowbrook alumna. She played college basketball at Division III Heidelberg in the Ohio Athletic Conference.
Heidelberg.
You were saying earlier, a lot of great basketball in this state.
There's no question about it. It is one of the places, I said it yesterday, college basketball coaches mine the state of Ohio. Women's basketball has found a lot of great players that have played collegiately that come from this state.
After Layla Baker hit the 2, Dick scores. 17 straight points for New Lexington, and another giveaway from the Colts.
Mackenzie McCoy on the breakout, finding Chloe Dick for the layup, and then turn around, put that press back on. Here it is, the breakout. Mackenzie McCoy gonna find Chloe Dick right there. The bounce pass and the finish.
McCoy has been everywhere. 9 points in the loss at Philo. Told the Perry County Tribune she wants to make school history with her friends. 5 of the 12 players on this roster for New Lex are juniors. Dick, who's one of them, finds Cook. Ball punched away. And another jump ball. Stays with the Panthers.
Again, you have to talk about, Tyler, the foes knowing one another. There's a familiarity with knowing your opponent and a comfort, because I've seen this person before.
It's almost like you're knowing their move before they even make it.
No question about it. And then, you know, the tougher team sometimes can exploit that because they use that to their advantage.
Dick feeds into bracketed coverage, shuffled out to Newland. Rattles home the 3.
Good inside-out play right there.
First 3 ball for the Panthers. Hare low on the right.
That's how you break a press.
Got it to go over Dupler. Dick pulls up. They got fouled.
Meadowbrook comes back with their own press breaker. Their own press here, and it stymies New Lex for just a second. And Tyler, I heard somebody from behind the stands yelling, "Here, pass it before you get trapped." That's what they were yelling to the folks from Meadowbrook. Pass it before you get trapped.
3 foul shots await Dick, who misses the first. Coming up next, Highland and Laurel face off in a girls' basketball battle. Make it 14 for Dick. That's going to be a really good one because Laurel has the second toughest schedule in the state of Ohio, regardless of division, and Highland is a
powerhouse.
Bingo.
Listen, that should be epic. I saw that on the schedule. I said, I'll do that game.
We'll have the call on that one on the other side of this. And New Lexington forces another turnover off that side out for the Meadowbrook Colts. Mackenzie McCoy, the do-it-all junior. Dupler inside to Dick. Falls right back to Dupler. Fake the 3, and before that, foul call.
Caroline Dupler, tough as nails. Scrappy, looking very loose, but not afraid to get in there, not afraid of contact. The coach's daughter. Who would have guessed it?
Hard-nosed, 7+ rebounds in every game this year. And a travel on Layla Baker.
Layla Baker, just a freshman here, getting her feet wet out here in this game that a lot of learning capabilities are out here.
Well, we were talking about how Meadowbrook's opponent, New Lexington, has 5 juniors. Meadowbrook has 5 underclassmen.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. It is an excellent opportunity to watch young players have an ability to grow. And sometimes, you know, as a parent, having kids that play, sometimes you have to sit here and you can only hope the best for your kids, but the only way they get better is being experiences like this.
Dick on the other end. Pass got denied, looking for Newland.
McCloy should have probably bounced past that, probably had a chance to get through.
Norman's pass intercepted by McCoy. Who else? And then she draws the foul.
McCoy seems to be everywhere on the defensive end. That's why I told you they have her in the center of the trap, because she can get side to side easily.
Maribel Thornberry and Presley Valentine into the game. Thornberry got the start. Valentine, another one of those freshmen, 7 points and 2 rebounds back on December 8th against Crooksville. That's one of her biggest games. Those are 2 teams in Perry County, both over an hour away, 100+ miles. Long 2 for Cook, won't go. And now Thornberry breaks out. McCoy paddled it right back to Valentine. Too tall on the feed to the corner.
That's where the pressure speeds you up in such a way that you get the turnover. I said, once you get past the initial pressure, you have to compose yourself and just throttle down just a bit.
And New Lexington defense has throttled Meadowbrook to just 6 points, 2 in this quarter. McCoy shuffles down the runway. Newland opts not to take the 3. And Dupler is fouled underneath the rim.
She's in attack mode all the time. You give her an inch, she's gonna try to get through there.
Her season high in rebounds, 14.
Ooh.
50 wins in the previous 3 seasons for New Lexington. They've won 3 of the last 4 Muskingum Valley League small school titles. Coming up on the boys' side, Olmsted Falls and Pepper Pike Orange play at 3:30. Elyria and Cardinal Mooney at 5:15. And Gilmore Academy versus McKinley at 7. Norman misses the follow. Rebound to Dupler.
Yeah, but it was a great press break. You just couldn't complete at the end, but the right mechanics necessary to get a shot at the goal. And at this point, the coach is just looking for some positive points that when they go into the locker room at halftime, they can draw upon.
McCoy slashes to the cup.
She's not playing. She's not playing.
Mackenzie McCoy with 8. Second on the team to Chloe Dick's 15. Isabella Eubanks banks it in.
There you go. Hopefully that's a spark for the Meadowbrook Colts.
The backboard's open, and of course it is. It's in her name.
No
Isabella
question.
Eubanks for 2. The Eubanks is open.
No question.
Dupler heels, McCoy fires, head hits.
Mackenzie McCoy. You see how, look how the way she walks back. You're like, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting, I'm gonna wait on you.
She's mastered the make and then drop back.
It's like the rover on the football program, the spy. I'm spying you, and I'll just wait till you make a mistake.
A little bit more of a 5-out look basketball.
Yeah.
32-8. It was tied 4-4. New Lexington has scored 28 of the last 32 points. It's been a good one here from Camp Memorial Fieldhouse alongside Brad Sellers and our entire Rock Entertainment Sports Network crew. I'm Tyler Danberg with you. McCoy tries another, and she does it again.
There she is. Now, New Lexington is only averaging about 20 seconds on the clock before they get up a shot.
Layla Baker in for 2 more. So now Meadowbrook looking for a response. And New Lexington pitting everybody at the half-court line.
Do not pick it up there.
They break it for Eubanks, returns it for Norman. A pull-up, no. 20 seconds left, the follow, no good as well. But there to clean it up is Avery Kearns. Eight seconds left. McCoy with 14. McCoy had the final bucket of the first quarter. Finds Dick, who's got a game-high 15. Step back, got it. That's a 3.
Well, the onslaught by New Lexington just comes from the pressure. Unrelenting all 2 quarters that just got played.
18 points for Chloe Dick, including the half-inning 3. We played 2 quarters in Canton. New Lexington up by 30 on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. The high school shot clock shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network is brought to you by True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean. Download the True Rewards app today and start saving. And by Spire Academy. Spire Academy is an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education boarding school. Visit spireacademy.com for more information. New Lexington scored 36 of the final 46 points in the first half to end the first 2 quarters with a 40-10 lead here on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. It's day 2 of the shot clock shootout alongside former Wisconsin Badger and Ohio State Buckeye Brad Sellers. I'm Tyler Danberg. Brad, you can't tell the story of the first half without Chloe Dick.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Chloe Dick was really getting it done. 18 points in the first half, looking to really assert herself in the interior. Also had her out front on the press, creating havoc out front. She looks to score every time she touched the basketball. She is the focal point of this team's offensive set.
A game-high 18 points, including the final 3 to go into the halftime break. And it wasn't just Chloe Dick. It was her junior and backcourt mate, Mackenzie McCoy, who's been everywhere.
Mackenzie McCoy has been everywhere, Tyler. Sitting back on the press as the rover, looking to create the turnovers and havoc defensively, and then not only creating the turnovers here, able to cut back door in this to get a layup here, but she seems to be aggressive-minded on the offensive end. Chloe Dick leading the way, but Mackenzie McCoy also filling the special void of being the number 2.
Second half coming your way on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Time for the second half from historic Canton Memorial Fieldhouse in Canton, Ohio. New Lexington leads Meadowbrook 40-10 in game 1 of 5 of day 2 of 3 for the Shot Clock Shootout. Alongside Brad Sellers and our entire Rock Entertainment Sports Network crew, I'm Tyler Danberg. New Lexington has scored 36 of the last 46 points in this one. And Brad, the shot clock has so much importance from your vantage point. Why is it so valuable?
Well, you talk about evolution of basketball here. And not just for the girls, but for the men too, the boys too. It has to be implemented in here because the rest of the world is playing with the shot clock. And we're trying to develop talent not only just in high school here, but for the collegiate feed, because some of these girls are going to go to college to play. And then you talk about, I'll go even further. Let's go to the Olympics, right? The rest of the world is playing with a shot clock. We cannot send kids over there that don't understand what that means. So that's why the other states are migrating to it. And I applaud the Ohio High School Athletic Association for taking a broad stance to implement it in a trial series here so people can actually see what it looks like.
Long-term difference maker. 2 offensive rebounds here for the Colts have kept possession alive. Emma Webster, 3rd team All-Eastern District last year. Finds
Great
a cutting Cackley.
Great back cut.
And the first bucket of the half belongs to the Meadowbrook Colts.
And that's what I want Meadowbrook to do. I know they went in at halftime, and Coach Wolverton talked about this. Just slow down. Be patient. Look for something easy. Gain some confidence so we can come back on the next set and try to build upon that.
Mackenzie McCoy has it here. She's got 14 points. Chloe Dick leads the way with 18. Dick turns left and drops it in. That's 20 for Dick.
Yeah, if you let her get it that close, it's probably not going to end up well in your favor. But I do like the adjustment that Meadowbrook has done. They've come back and compacted the defense by putting a big zone down there and trying to slow that down. But again, Chloe Dick gets free.
And Caroline Dupler with a quarterback dime put it on the money to Dick, who's got 22 points. Points 4-2 in this third frame in favor of the Panthers, who get it back after a turnover from Maribel Thornberry.
And Meadowbrook has to understand, they're not just playing for today's game. You've got other games coming down the line. You just want to get better. And today's going to be a learning experience. Now you're going to try to be competitive, but today it looks like this is going to be an experience that they're going to get a chance to learn.
For New Lexington, they are now above their scoring average on the year. Season high is 63 against Coshocton on December 4th. And Caroline Dupler, daughter of first-year head coach Bo Dupler, will inbound it. Lobs to Dick, a mid-air runner. Won't go. But then McCoy with a pickpocket. Pulls up, and it spirals in. 16 for McCoy.
Nice jumper. Took her time, got to the elbow, was able to get one off, put it up and in. And then they go back to their 1-3-1 trap again, looking to create that pressure.
Webster checks it, and it's knocked away by Newland.
Now, you know, if you're Meadowbrook on a pass, you're going to have to come to that ball and meet it because the pressure is going to be probably coming to try to knock it out your hands. So you can't wait on it to come to you. You have to come and meet the basketball.
Is that what New Lexington is trying to do, push the ball towards the forecourt?
Well, you know, when New Lex comes out here, they want the pressure to cause panic. And they just want you to get nervous.
And a turnover. It's stolen by Dick. Heels it. Newland fires off the heel. Rebound to Thornberry, who takes it 1-on-3, shovels it up and misses. Chloe Dick plays it fast, tosses to Dupler. and she finishes.
Chloe Dick on the push, looking for Dupler, who got out on the break. Now he's asking him to back. Coach Dupler asking him to back up the press. Not extend it so much.
Colts looking to seep through, and despite the press being pushed back, that tenacity continues, but a foul on the floor. Newland and Dupler among the guilty party.
You see the breakout. Chloe Dick was able to find Dupler on the run out. And I think that the rules implement here, if you go 35 points or more advantage, it becomes a running clock here.
And it starts now. Thornberry pulls it out.
I want Meadowbrook to just settle down, enjoy the moment, just try to get better here. See if you can find some success. Great pass. Good shot.
Go.
There you
Got
go.
it.
It's the little things, Tyler. It's the little things how you get better. This might not be your day-to-day, but this is how you get better for later on in the season. You still got the high school tournament coming up after the conference play.
And especially with bigger districts and sectionals now, that can allow for deeper runs.
No question.
McCoy, a three on the way. Baker fought for it, but it's going back in the direction of the Colts. And their head coach, Tori Wolverton, told the Daily Jeffersonian after a 68-39 loss against John Glenn, this is a pretty young group. They're still learning, but they're making some strides.
Well, listen, this is about, as all young people, you have to get better, figure out the do's and don'ts here. There's no finished product. Everything's a product that is trying to be developed.
A rainbow three drops in for Thornberry.
I just talked about it. Thornberry had the jumper. I just talked about it's the little successes that you get out here. A chance to find a place where you can be successful. That jumper there was that case.
Meadowbrook slowly climbing back, getting some possessions with scores. Inside, the first shot for Ava Snedeker, the freshman, goes down. Tallest player on the team at 6'3".
Yeah. What a luxury to have a 6'3" person you can bring off the bench. And got the rebound right there. Looking to outlet. Runs the floor pretty well.
Webster's the leading scorer. She has no points in this ball game. Offensive rebound for Baker. McCoy floats it up. Snedeker snatches the rebound.
Snatch that. And she's just a freshman.
This is why a 35-point lead can be good for the team that's winning as well. Snedeker with another rebound, this time on the defensive end.
Rebound and a great outlet. Great crossover.
Baker swiveled to the cup. Too strong.
Now Meadowbrook come down and
Thornberry off the side glass.
You got the replay where here Mackenzie McCoy gets the shot up, but look, Snedeker snatches the rebound back and takes it back and makes the bucket. And remember, she's just a freshman.
Just right over the head of the nearest defender. 45 seconds left now, and a side-winding two. Too strong for Presley Valentine. She's in for her second time today.
I think Snedeker has like 4 rebounds here in like 2 minutes.
It's been productive for Snedeker.
Quite.
Try to go inside for her again.
Cross pass.
Norman's feed interlocked by Newland.
Great look, though.
Dick steamrolls and got fouled.
Chloe Dick below the foul line. She's going to look to go to the basket.
And with the running clock too, Brad, Dick will take these free throws with 1.5 seconds left, or maybe they're going to be just untimed free throws because the clock was still running.
Yeah. Let's see if they blow the horn at the end of this. We'll start away after the free throw.
23 points for Chloe Dick, a game high. Make it 24. They'll trigger it into Norman, but she has no shot. Your score after 3. New Lexington 54, Meadowbrook 17. New Lexington leads Meadowbrook 54-17 before the start of the fourth quarter. Alongside former NBA forward and center Brad Sellers, I'm Tyler Hamburg with you on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. The Panthers a quarter away from trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Brad, what are they trying to accomplish today?
Well, listen, the coach is trying to develop his team. He's trying to figure out who can he insert in at certain times. He's got young players on the team, young talent. He's trying to develop them as well. This is an excellent opportunity to experiment a little bit and find out what will and what won't work. And then you're trying to find out who are the competitors, who are the people you'll be able to count on during rough spots in the season.
Ava Snedeker, one of the beneficiaries of the PT in this second half, got tangled up, and a jump ball is going with the Meadowbrook Colts. Surged out for 9 points in that third frame. Off the shoes of Cook, and it's grabbed back. Overhead feed from Eubanks, but Kearns couldn't finish. Mackenzie McCoy has 16 points. Around the horn, Cook drains the triple. And the bench is loving it.
Oh, they're really loving it.
Lakin Lashko off target.
Mackenzie McCoy on the push. She's the one constant that stays out there right now, her and Dupler. They're the ones that settle this team down.
Baker. A high-pointing rebound by Presley Valentine.
And Tyler, I talked about it in the first half. After a while, it was going to get to a point where these girls don't even realize that there's a clock in this game.
Especially now with a running clock. 30 seconds on that shot clock. These are the first 15 games in OHSAA history with the shot clock shootout. Tupler pulls it back out for McCoy. Snedeker at 6'3" with 10 to shoot. Skip pass. Baker, travel.
And see, that's a byproduct of having your bench rotation in. They're trying to be perfectionists, move the ball around. You see them moving the ball around from side to side here, creating the opportunity in the open shot. And sometimes as you look for perfection in a game that's imperfect, you have to take the shots that come your way.
Chloe Dick re-enters the ball game. Over 20 points for her today. Seemed like from that replay, there was nobody more fired up than her either. Lob to to Avery Kearns, and she gets hacked.
Well, again, Meadowbrook is just looking to build upon the experience here, trying to develop people, trying to get some confidence. You know, you will figure out along the way here. You're going to have some tough games, but then you're going to have some easier games. And some of the stuff that did not work today, you get a chance to make that actually work. You go back to practice, you'll get better.
When you look at it, after head coach Ty Citron had passed away at the age of 65,
that's tough.
November 7th, to think of the adversity that this team has gone through to even play, that's impressive.
That's tough for young people. That's tough for older people. That's tough for young people. And I'll just tell you this is what's tougher will make you stronger in the end.
Testament to Tori Wolverton and her staff for rallying this team around. Open three, No, from the newly checked in, Kayla Schneider. Also out on the floor for the first time is Jasmine Oliver, a sophomore and a freshman. Aubrey Norman is at the controls, faces tight pressure from Dick. And then they quickly find a cutting Norman. Too much on the shot.
Again, Meadowbrook just looking for some success. And you try to get the perfect shot. You saw in this case here, you saw where Emma Hare was trying to get a perfect scenario here in a perfect situation in an imperfect game. Sometimes you just have to take what they give you. If they give you a 10-footer, you got to take the 10-footer. Don't try to get it down to 5 or 6.
Ellie Cook is back into the game for New Lexington, who leads 57-17. Is there such thing as a perfect shot?
In my world, no. It's not, because the thing about it is you're playing against people that are adversely against your interests. So perfect is in the eye of the beholder. Now the coach has an idea what a perfect shot is. Now my idea might be different.
To each their own.
To each their own.
This is a running clock because the score differential. New Lexington up by 40. And how about the ferocity of Leslie Stevens to send it back in Meadowbrook's direction?
Good dribble drive, good drop off. There's the shot. That's
it's Valentine.
A perfect shot.
It's a three.
There it is.
It does exist.
It does exist. It is. It's what was created in that moment.
That's a three for Valentine. Her first 3 points of the matchup. Last year when these two teams played twice in NBL action, Lexington won.
Check a chance. Oh, they had a chance for back-to-back successes.
And New Lexington calls its first timeout. But Presley Valentine hits a three for Meadowbrook.
You see the push right here, created the opportunity here. Valentine has a shot for 3. And that's what success looks like.
The southpaw, too. Good rotation on the shot.
Mm-hmm. And it was in rhythm.
No doubt. How have you noticed Meadowbrook improve in the second half?
They've gotten better. You can see they put more points on the board this half as far as the things they're trying to accomplish. Is what is that, because the first 2 quarters, they were in a scramble. You could tell they're outmatched against their opponent. But what they try to do is say, let me come out of the locker room, find some success, and I'll build upon that. It's the little things that really help you in this game. And I always used to have a mentality that, if I took a bad loss, somewhere along the line in my mind, I was like, I'll see you again at some point. And I'll be better prepared the next time.
And a wet floor, so referee's going to wipe some of the...
little water spill.
Yeah. So now with 2:20 left in the fourth quarter, the other side of what is a larger margin of defeat in a high school game is that some of the underclassmen might get some more of the toe.
Yeah. Listen, we all go to practice. We all worked hard. Everybody deserves a chance to play.
Kelly Holstein, a freshman, is in. She's got it here. Across to Kayla Schneider. Turnaround. Off the side iron from Peyton Kunkler, who also checks in.
One thing about New Lexington players that came in off the bench, they still play with that same aggressive mentality. Testament to the coaching that's been given at New Lex.
Bo Dupler was an assistant at multiple programs, coached his daughter's teams from elementary school through middle school. Pass touched last by Stevens. Now, Dupler went to Sheridan High School, which is known affectionately as the team up north. Now, you have a little bit of a different definition of the team up north.
That's been a little different for me.
But the same rivalry. Of course, Brad playing at Ohio State. 2 seasons, right?
2 seasons. Great Ohio State teammates from Canton that played here in this field house. friends that went to Michigan that played in this field house.
Of course, you're talking about Gary Grant.
And Phil Hubbard. Shout out to the two Canton guys.
Stevens shovels it up and drew the block.
And then shout out to my own guys, Ron Stokes and Troy Taylor, where all those guys are memorialized. They have what I call a Canton shrine in this building. If you walk the hallways of this building, it talks about the history of the field house, history of basketball in this state and this community. It is a place, if you have a chance to come down here and see a McKinley game, you'll be entertained by just the nostalgia that is in this building.
For those that are coming, they're going to get to see 2 this weekend. The McKinley Bulldogs. Hard tie-up underneath. And there is a Panther down. That is Callie Holstein, the freshman. Drew hard contact and plummeted to the floor, and everybody on the Meadowbrook side takes a knee.
That's the one thing you worry about in this type of game. It's only 11 seconds left to go in the game here.
She's holding her head, the side of her head towards the temple area, being tended to the training staff. One of her assistant coaches certainly wish the best for Callie Holstein, a freshman who has contributed some minutes here late in this fourth quarter, in which New Lexington leads 57-21.
Look like she's
She is slow to get up. She is back up on her backside. She's sitting up too, which is a great sign.
Great sign.
They tried to get her up though initially and did not adhere. You can tell though she is visibly upset, which is just so tough to see for a freshman promising career as well. But with the help of her coaches and trainer, she's able to walk up. That's Callie Holstein. So
shout out to the coaches and get training staff here. I think they're going to take her to either the end of the bench or take her to the end of the bench and have her sit down.
So in her place steps Jasmine Oliver, a sophomore. 0 for 1 from the field this year, as Callie Holstein continues to be tended to on the New Lex bench. And Ellie Cook dribbles it out. Dishes to Kayla Schneider. Into Snedeker with 1 on the timer. And New Lexington wins the first game of 5 this afternoon and evening on day 2 of 3 for the Shot Clock Shootout. 57-21 the final score. Your final thoughts on this matchup, Brad?
Well, listen, you obviously had 2 conference opponents come together. One obviously was more skilled than the other, but great chance and great opportunity for these young players to get out and play in this historic matchup with this the advent of the shot clock being implemented here in this trial series in the state of Ohio. Obviously, New Lexington fared much better, but Meadowbrook will take some positive aspects of this game back and just go back to the drawing board and try to get better.
Lexington goes to 5-6, Meadowbrook to 2-6. That'll do it for us for now. But on the other side of this break, Highland and Laurel coming up next for another girls basketball battle on Rock Entertainment Sports Network.